classic board game Monopoly. It's the Socialist edition. It is a parody product which bears the slogan, "Winning is for capitalists," where instead of buying properties, players are forced to give the money back to society. Here's one card that a player might draw. Time to plant some trees downtown, pay the bank from the community fund. Another says, you catch your neighbor using a plastic straw, remove another player's chip from any project card and return it to them. Senator Ted Cruz, for one, says he loves the idea. He tweeted this: "We could also do the university edition. You imagine a magic money tree. You give everything free to everybody, anybody who wants it. Nobody works, studies, or innovates, and everybody gets an A." That from Ted Cruz. All joking aside, what does this say about this conversation going on about socialism right now in our society, as more politicians promise a lot of stuff and companies appear to be putting corporate citizenship ahead of profits? Who better to talk to about this than Liz Peek, former partner of Wall Street firm Wertheim & Company and now a Fox News contributor. Liz, good evening. Good to see you tonight.
Thanks for having me on, Martha.
I just think these cards are so funny. I'm going to show everybody at home and you two more of them. This one is minimum wage increase. Play this card immediately. Let's put that one up. Minimum wage increase. Sucks to be a small business owner. Pay the bank $100 from the community fund. And the next one is, if you are gathering too many chips, this is what happens. You seem to be doing too well for yourself. That is not how socialism works. As a community, choose one player to take back 5 of their chips. What do you think of this game?
I think it's terrific. Look, we are not educating people, young people in our schools and universities about what socialism really means. If it takes mockery of the kind that we're seeing in this game, I say all for it. And it should be required reading or playing or engagement in every high school in America, because all these cards are funny.
That's not going to happen. You know the schools aren't going to buy this game, Liz.
I know. But they raise real issues, right? I mean, minimum wage, we know it really does hurt small businesses. And all these things, we can talk and talk and talk, but the country is so divided on almost every issue, nobody's listening. So, you know, maybe humor will get the message across.
So we had a couple of other things that I think go to this issue this week. One of them is a piece in The Economist that is entitled, "What Are Companies For?" And the other, which is related to that, is that the Business Roundtable came out. 180 of the top CEOs in the country, including JP Morgan and Walmart, said that companies should put social responsibility above profit. Now, it's always been the exact opposite. What is going on out there?
Well, look, I think this is big companies are under attack by the left, by Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. The language that these two are using to describe business leaders is really kind of reprehensible. But this is an argument that's gone on for decades. Who is better at allocating the nation's resources and organizing our economy, big business or big government? The reason that Democrats are so dug into socialism and vilifying big business, even though, by the way, over half of American workers work for big corporations, is because their source of power, their source of money historically has come from labor unions. Organized labor began to lose ground in America with globalization, when we began shipping jobs overseas. But they want to blame big business for doing those things and for engendering what they consider to be a real losing card for labor. I mean, it's really, you know, it's an old argument. What we know is that the United States is the most prosperous nation on earth because we have been better at allowing big business to be creative, to be innovative, and to create wealth for Americans of all kinds and work for Americans of all kinds. I'm not dogmatic on this, but it's really annoying that there are all kinds of examples in Europe. You don't have to go to Venezuela. Look at Europe, which just can't grow, and where businesses are, you know, basically entrapped in all kinds of regulations and rules. People are not doing well there. People really need to sort of begin to look around us and see what works and see what doesn't work.
Liz, thank you. Great insights. Good to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Play some Monopoly over there. All right, so what happens when you ask Bernie Sanders to live up to one of his own policies? One student found out the answer to this in an interesting way. Ladies' Night, coming up next.
And Martha, why don't you give? You make more money than I do.
Well, I didn't suggest a wealth tax.
And she's not running for president.
And I'm not running for president.